scriptures say that they left off building the city. Okay. Now then, to carry on. Although the followers of Joseph Smith call themselves the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I'll read that again, they call themselves the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay? And yet to condense it, they call themselves the Mormons after the Book of Mormon. That shows how dedicated they are to the Book of Mormon rather than to the Bible. And the Book of Mormon takes them away from the Bible. Blinds their eyes. Of course, in the first instance, God blinds their eyes, doesn't he? Because they don't want the truth. They hate the truth. The truth isn't in them. So it sends them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And who's the biggest lie there? Joseph Smith Jr. And of course they had to have a place, central place, like Babel had to have a central place called Shinar. Pope has to have a central place called Rome. Vatican, little Vatican City. And so, Joseph Smith and Brigham Young, I believe it's Brigham Young actually, got Salt Lake City, Utah, as their home, their central place. And of course, Joseph Smith was called the president. Another term for the president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or Mormonism, was prophet. And he was said to be equal to the Elijah of old. They always seem to be getting on to this Elijah of old, you know, with these people. Henry Grattan Guinness was referred to as the new Elijah in his day. Henry Grattan Guinness. A godless specimen if ever there was one. He was called the Elijah of God. The world had gone mad. Gone completely mad. And we're left with the remnants of it that we continue on with it. Calling these people great men of God. They were not great men of God. They were great men of the devil. And so you got this prophet. You haven't got a pope. You might as well have had a pope. The same thing, different church, different setup, but still the same emphasis. That there was one leader, one person that had communication with heaven, and everybody else had to be subject to that person, as with the Pope, as with Joseph Smith, as with Brigham Young. And the same with Pentecostalism. And others. The Brethren movement. Eh? You don't need the term Pope. A person just has to fulfill the office of mediator between God and man. If you want to be pedantic, then let's be pedantic that way. Not turning around and say, oh, well, he's not a pope because he doesn't call himself a pope. It doesn't matter. That's what the world does. That's what the world does. You don't do as the world does. You don't think like the world does. We don't do that. We take the elements and we compare the elements, and where they match, that is that person. It doesn't matter what name you put on it. Okay? Test the spirits to see if they be of God. Not names. Doesn't say anything about names. Oh, test the names. Does he call himself Pope? No, he doesn't, so he can't be the Pope. but he has the same elements, the same spirit, the same actions, the same belief, the same mindset as the Pope. But he's not calling the Pope. That's following the world. We shouldn't follow the world. The world is a deceitful, crooked place. It plays mind games, okay? We are Christians. Salt Lake City became their base. Again, as Rome became the base of Romanism. The Imperial Church of Rome. Let me say that again. The Imperial, can you get this? The Imperial Church of Rome. And I'll say it a third time. The Imperial Church of Rome. Not the Roman Catholic Church. If you're saying the Roman Catholic Church, you're in error. You are in complete error. If I say it, I'm in error. Popery is the Church of Imperial Rome. It was created by Imperial Rome and has continued on to this day as the Church of Imperial Rome, even though Rome has gone. It's left its church behind. Now then, just as the Pope is believed to be guided by God, and that he is God, the Holy Father, and that he is Jesus Christ, etc., etc., we have the likes of Joseph Smith and those who fulfill his office after he was murdered, okay, when he was arrested for bigamy. He was murdered by a mob. Okay. Every leader of that church, okay, who's called the President and the Prophet, is said to be guided by God. He alone. And that the people therefore must listen. Not should, but must listen. Because this person is the direct voice of God. Now, playing mind games as Mormonism does, or the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they will say, no, we're having to face this. Because this is the way of evil does. Okay? Ask a benighted papist who's getting off their knees or getting on their knees and praying to this figurine. But what they're doing, what do you think you're doing? Are you praying? You're praying to this. You're an idolater. You're praying to an absolute figurine, a statue, a dead person, a nonsense. You're idolising him. You're an idolater. Oh no, we're not. It's just a means of the... And they go off. And you say to the pseudo-Protestants, well, you've got your, let's say, Spurgeon. Okay? You're worshipping, you're defending Spurgeon. You'd like to get your hands around my pagan throat because I say he's a nominal Christian and he's a blasphemer and all the rest of it. You'd like to get your hands around my throat because he's your idol. Oh no, we're just respecting. You're doing the same as the Romanists do. And the Mormons do the same. Oh no! He's not. He's not. Our president, our prophet, is not the voice of God. Oh no! We can take him or leave him. Oh no! And so it goes on. The world is crooked, utterly crooked. And that's how it is. Now when we come to the temple, now I've been in one of these temples, because I've got a nose on me. I'm always curious. And where there's no danger, it's fine, you know, you just go in. There was a temple built in Chorley. The temple to the god of Mormonism. Okay. And in the building of it, the workmen had to have an elder with them. And the elder watched over the workmen. Now, if a workman was to blaspheme, all work had to be stopped. The place vacated, and the place then get the rest of the elders in and to pray, to sanctify the place again. Alright? Now then, millions were spent on this. It's in a place called Chorley in Lancashire. And each year, all the pilgrims from around the world assemble there. Huge place it is. Absolutely huge. Well, I went in. And you have to put on covers for your shoes so you don't bring any dirt into the temple. You go in and everything's Old Testament. And everything is as absolutely perfect as perfect can be. There's not a join to be seen. There's not a fault anywhere to be seen. It is absolutely perfection. Then you've got the laver being held up by animals as a central piece. It's all Old Testament. It is immaculate. Immaculate. And everything is very, very Old Testament. Now, these days are called presentation days. Once the workmen have finished, every temple that is built, alright, has an open day to encourage people to go in to have a look and to glory. To bask in the glory, you see, before the people. Mormonism basks in the glory. Look what we have. Perfection. And to entice people in to join Mormonism. And then once it's over, once the days are over for the public to have viewed the place, then there is a dedication of the temple, the holiest place of all. And afterwards, unless you are a Mormon, you're not allowed in. You're not allowed in at all. Because you are an unclean thing. You're a Gentile. You're not allowed in. You can stand outside. You can bow and admire the building. Do whatever you like. Take your dog along. But you can't go in. Now, if we go back to Joseph Smith Jr., after his death, murdered by the mob, Brigham Young came along. Hi, Brigham Young. They do Brigham Young, don't they? Brigham Young. Okay. Took his place. Well, there was a split. One party of Mormonism, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, said, oh no, we disagree with this. And there was a split. There was a split. They wanted Joseph Smith Jr.'s son to take charge, to be the president, to be the Pope, their Pope. Okay. Others wanted to side with Brigham Young, and so they formed a split. Okay. So, you have this split even up to this day. Alright, with the church that, of course, Joseph Smith created. Alright? And so, we have the Church of Mormonism, the Church of Jesus Christ. Well, what we have is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay. And, of course, all the heresies that go with it. Okay. Let's get the terms correct, shall we? The LDS. Because after the split, they had to take up different names. And of course, one of the splits was over polygamy, which was banned in 1890. Of course, this is where things get confusing, by the way, with the names. Because of the satanic setup of it. You've got the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Alright. And then you've got the Mormons. And they're two distinct now. You see, in the beginning, you've got the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, equally called Mormons. Then the split, and those within the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints split and call themselves decidedly Mormons. It's like the Brethren movement. The Brethren movement is one name. But within the Brethren movement, you've got the closed Brethren and the open Brethren. So, at the end of the day, they're both recognising, in the Brethren movement, John Nelson Darby is the creator, but he wasn't the creator. If we go through history, he wasn't the creator. He was only the creator of the closed Brethren. He split the Brethren movement. Brigham Young split the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay? Pardon me. I hope I've explained that. Pardon me. Yeah, Brigham Young and his followers, okay, divided the church up, their church. Now then, there is still animosity between the two groups. And if you say to a person who belongs to the Church of Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that he's a Mormon, he'll say, no, I'm not Mormon. And if you say to the Mormon, no, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, no. Mormons, and there's this battle, there's this alienation from one another. Okay. because they come from the pit. Right. There's equally the views of the pit. For instance, polygamy. Okay. Joseph Smith believed in polygamy. That was his side of the church. Okay. So you can have as many wives as you like. Alright? Just as the Old Testament. Okay. Everything comes back to the Old Testament. Right? Monogamy wasn't in it. Brigham Young went with monogamy. Monogamy. Never say that word. Single man, single woman, joined together in holy matrimony before God. Being of the same mind as much as possible, which is marriage itself. It's not the ceremony that makes the marriage. The ceremony is a declarative thing that declares that the two are married spiritually. Okay? Basically you have the same mind set up after the same goals. As much as possible lies within the person. We're not perfect. Person that is married, truly married, like Adam and Eve were married. There's no ceremonies or anything, but that is what marriage is in Adam and Eve, a meeting of minds. Soulmates, as they say these days. But within it, there's always going to be disagreements, because we are rough diamonds, okay? And the edges have to be smoothed off by understanding, being charitable